What is up, guys? It is your boy Credenda, and today I am very pleased to announce that I will be doing an RP giveaway with a bunch of other YouTubers and content creators. All you gotta do to enter is click the Gleam link in the description and follow the steps provided, baby. Thanks for watching, thanks for your time, and enjoy the video. What is up, guys? It is your boy Credenda, back from a little bit of a hiatus. Had some problems with the wrist, you know what I'm saying? Putting the ice on the wrist and all that shit. Been getting some numbness and tingling in my ring and pinky fingers, which is why I've been taking a bit of a break, as much as it pains me just to lay down in bed and not be able to play any games, let alone just League. But you know, happens to the best of us. Got a new chair, got that ergonomic setup, all that good stuff, so we should be okay. I'm still getting a little numbness, a little tingling, but we'll work through it. Currently against Solar Connect and only the God, and playing against a Zed matchup. Zed matchup is a lot harder now than it used to be, especially with the HP nerfs to Jayce in the last couple of patches, and just the buffs to Zed recently make him really strong early game. This game, I am going to be running that Conqueror with Triumph, Tenacity, Coup de Grace, Taste of Blood, and Ravenous Hunter. You can see that in the bottom left. And the reason I'm running Conqueror this game is because of their team composition. And I think, and I'm of the opinion now, that you should really be building your, or picking your rune choices based heavily upon the enemy team composition. So what I mean by that is that since they have a tanky frontliner in Renekton, yes, he is a bruiser, but he does get pretty tanky. Will be someone I'll have to shred off in front lane team fights or in late game team fights. Nunu gets rather tanky, Thresh gets rather tanky, and while Zed doesn't get tanky, Conqueror is actually a decent rune to run in the Zed matchup because he is melee. You will be able to abuse, I guess, some of the effectiveness that Conqueror gives you, those stacks, that raw AD, as opposed to maybe a range matchup where you don't really have that same effectiveness, right? So if you run Conqueror into something like Syndra, you are not going to be able to use the stacks as often early game, so it kind of hinders you in the matchup, but it increases your mid to late game effectiveness with the Conqueror. Conqueror did recently get nerfed from 10% healing in true damage to 8%, and I haven't played much with it, so we'll see if it still is viable in these types of matchups, or if we'll need to change our approach. So here I auto the wave twice. You always want to try to auto the wave twice into a melee matchup like Zed, because it does a couple things. It slowly shoves into his wave, right? So he's already lost 2 melees because he's not here. Still don't know where he is. Oh, there he is. He's on tower. But it also keeps my wave one or two minions ahead of his wave, which is really strong for building a lead and kind of building pressure, building the ability to kind of jump on him at level 2, building a wave that he has to deal with on his tower while I can go and help my jungler out with some good yum. Auto this twice, walk topside, look for the QE, but also look for the ward. Look for that auto on him. I want to look for that free harass whenever he'll give it to me. He just uses E, so I know he has E level 2. And not W. I want to kill this cannon. Put a couple extra autos into it so that if he does come up to trade with me, I won't take that cannon auto in retaliation. Look for that QE whenever he's standing like that. He's level 3. Okay, switch to hammer just to get a little bonus resistances there for that QE, but that was a really good combo he hit on me. I'll have to pop my pot for that. And now I'm just looking to have the wave shove slowly back to me because my J4 should be in position to gank this pretty soon. I want to switch to melee form here, get some autos in. Autos here gives me two things. It gives me a little mana back. I will miss that range form minion, but it gives me mana back and that sustain, which is really good for me. Clear this ward so we can take this. Aww. Look for that auto, get the triumph. And we're dead here with the Renekton. Renekton did use Ghost. And I will have a lane shoving back to me, so not the worst thing that could happen. For sure. I'm going to grab double Doran's Blade here into Corrupting Pot. The reason is because I have a decent amount of gold for it, right? So I can buy it on my first base. And it's just so good into the Zed matchup where tankiness is really helpful. The Corrupting Pot sustain is really helpful. And he also has not based yet, which is really good for me. Since the lane is still shoving back to me because I did slow shove it early game, he has to shove this out or he'll miss a ton of minions if I freeze it. He's staying really long. A bit too greedy, I would say, on his part to stay for that long. Look for maybe a Kiwi on him if I can see him, but if I can't, just walk back. Since my minions are super low, I might even be able to get a freeze here. Which would be really beneficial for me because he'd lose a lot of this. And it looks like it is going to be freezing to me. Okay. He ate the big one. I was looking for maybe a steal on that, but unfortunately couldn't find the steal. And now I see Nunu going into the bottom side jungle. You should always be aware of where their jungler is. What he's looking for, what he's doing, if he is on your vision. For example, right now he's snowballing into my lane because I can see that on the minimap. And now just use this time to shove out my lane and see what we can do elsewhere. Look for his pink here maybe. Yep. And now we've cleared out the vision. See, I watched him walk to my bottom side, so I knew he placed something. I didn't know if it was a pink ward or a regular ward, so I just placed my pink ward. And that fixed it right up. I gotta be careful for my top side. My J4 doesn't seem like he's in a position yet to help me if Nunu does come. So if Nunu does come, I want to be ready and playing a little far back. I'm gonna go up here for this gank. He has no ghost. He might have flash, but I think it should be fine. I'm just gonna Q here. I had no direct, I guess, shot to hit him with my QE, so it's just better there to switch to melee. Peek mid real quick, see what I'm missing out on. I got one plate, that's good. I want to base and try to catch as much of this experience as possible. I have Dirk as well. That's one of the main reasons why I stayed for this tower plate, is to get me enough gold that I could buy Dirk and a pink ward. Actually, I'm going to opt for the mana regen here. I haven't taken mana band or any mana regeneration type runes, because I opted for the healing on the Conqueror page this game. But for that reason, we just run a little more mana regen in our build and choices. Zed does have ult, so my J4 has to be rather patient, rather careful when he's holding my lane like that. Might just give this guy some free kills that I would not want, for sure. Push the lane back, reset it. Reset the lane and then see what my side lanes are doing. My top laner, I don't think is going to be able to shove. My bot lane is shoving and my J4 is on that side of the map. So my goal here is just to shove this out and then walk bottom for this play. Ooh, not the best thing to happen there. And Twitch is dead as well. So definitely not the best thing that could have happened.
I'm always ready.
Somewhat of a botched gank on my teammates' part, but as long as I don't follow and die with them, it's not as bad as it could be. Look for those QEs when I can, look for pressure. But also look to push this out, maybe go top. Never mind, you got outplayed. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. My Twitch is still bot side, and I could potentially try to go for maybe a bot lane play, but my J4 isn't walking that way, which makes me a little hesitant to go for something like that. There are 3 of them, so... And they'll be leaving after this wave, regardless. Shove this up. Let them walk bottom if they don't leave that wave. Oh, this is definitely the move. This is definitely the move to go for. I want Nunu to maybe walk back into his jungle. And there it is. The freeze double kill of my life. Renekton is alive. I think we can grab a couple of these though. We have vision on the tri-bush. But we do have to back up. Because I want to walk back mid. I won't be able to buy before I walk mid. But I do have my double buff, so I should be able to fight him regardless of what he comes back with. Ward there. His double component. I might not be able to fight him straight up unless he uses some abilities like right now. But if he does use abilities like that, then I can always just jump on the wave, shove it out. Didn't quite get the QE there, that's unfortunate. But just shove the rest of this out so I can base and get Ghostblade. The reason I'm basing here is because the wave isn't going to come for a while. So I shoved out my wave. I'll be able to base in time for my item and then be able to get back. I'm pinging my teammates back here just in case Zed goes up to roam. And because that happened, I'm going to try to shove. A situation like that top lane is typically something a mid laner will walk to. See? He walked to it. And because he walked to it, that gives me an opening to shove out my lane without getting A, harassed by him, and without pressure of the jungler to come, because the jungler is topside. So just a really good play to kind of make what originally was a pretty decent base even better. Because now I get to come back as the canyon wave comes in, which is a lot better than just a regular wave, leaving on a regular wave. He has a cloth armor, but I have way more damage than he does with my Ghostblade. Try to get all the CS, but grief a little bit. All good. I want to shove out this wave before I go bottom, unless I see Nunu doing something like this. If Nunu does something like this, then I think walking down immediately is the move. Zed's on top side as well, so we'll get a bit of a jump start here. Okay. And I lost one wave mid for that roam down bottom, so maybe not the smartest decision, I will say. But I did pressure the map for sure. Walk around this way. Zed is in there. What the... Unlucky. I should have ignited him for sure there. Igniting was the move. But it was hard to initially get on him with the J4, I will say. Carry the Jhin there. Because the J4 ult was really keeping me outside of hitting him. Getting really close to him. I'm gonna Ghostblade out of this situation. Maybe look for him here. Maybe he tries to get feisty with it. We should fight this. Okay, we got Yummy, we got two for two, and they got my bounty, which is not the best thing, especially if Twitch doesn't kill him here. Twitch went a little too deep, a little too aggressive. Yummy's too squishy to go for something like that with him. I'm taking a lot of damage from AD, so I'm going to sell this and go full tabby. Seems like the move. Yeah, it is the move. Because I want to get my tabbies and go back mid as soon as possible. Okay, time to take off the weights, boys. Rock Lee with the training weights off for the rest of this game. So died 2 times, lost a bit of our pressure, but we should be able to win this game, no problem. If we keep our wits about us. I'm gonna go top lane here, see if I can't counter this. Use your ult, baby. I don't want him to get it. I'd rather have either our top laner or me get it. And use dead to rights. Go back mid here. Gather pressure. By pushing up my wave. Don't know where Zed is. They should run. If Zed roams down there, I want to push up mid lane. Maybe take a tower plate. Miss him on the QE. Oh, whoops. Never mind. Tower plates are gone. I'm a little Dumby Dumbo. Put a ward deep here. There's a ward right there. I want to take this Scuttler. My jungler's not in a position to take it, so I want to grab it if it's on the map and we can grab it. I'm going to come here. Try to gank this. That lantern was really good. They played that well. Played it far back. And I can't keep missing waves to this Zed, or else I'll get too far behind. And in the Zed matchup, if you get too far behind, the Jayce v Zed matchup rather, you just start getting trashed on by the Zed, because the Zed has so much 1v1 power. Ward there. Ooh. Damn, Zed actually on the flank grind. That flank grind for Lexington. Very good point from him. I honestly have no idea how he got there, but he did. And then the rest of my teammates just went boom. Unlucky. He must have ran up straight through here after going through here. But that's strange because we saw him walk a different direction. Unlucky. Grab Black Cleaver here. The basic build of this game, guys, is going to be Ghostblade into Black Cleaver into Death Stance for maximum sustain, maximum frontline tank busting. We just got 2 towers for free. Ooh, maybe not for free. This guy is dead. Then we got a big shutdown. Very nice. And now we should take this tower. Or at least try to go for this. Uh-huh. 3 seconds on my Q. Try to hit him with that. And then look for this top push here. Very good picks for beginning here. Nice. Walk it back. Try to get that E on him there. Very nice healing from the Yum Yum though. Very nice yummy healing. Damn. That should slap. And with a QE on the way out. Ooh. That was a very nice ult from the Jhin there. Take scuttle. Oh. See if we can't contest this. That's a strange ult. Fight the strange ult. she's just up. Ooh. Never mind, she's flexing hard. Flexing and finessing real hard. Without J4, I can't really go on 4. And Zed's still pushing bot lane. Okay, they got a bot tower, which isn't the best. Isn't the best for sure. We can push this up though. They're all pretty low. Or they should be rather low. Good tower. And then we can transition that right into a Mountain Drake. We need someone to go top, push back on that Renekton. 9 seconds on Baron buff. I think that Baron's up just so that we head over there, get some wards down. Do something. I don't want to sell my Corrupting Pot for a pink. Because even though it'd be nice to get some vision on Baron, A, they'll probably take it anyway, and B, I'm sure someone else will have a little bit of sauce. Especially since I'm not running any mana regeneration runes this game. I don't want to give up regen like that. Okay, see if they have wards. Cue the back line, look to shove this back. Thresh is here. If Camille goes in on it, I can maybe look for it, but without Camille, hard to look for. Camille engage, rather. Grab the blue buff. And look for Zed here. Good exhaust. Very nice exhaust. Nice, we got him. Nice, we got both. That's Baron. That's an easy Baron for sure. That was good map awareness on my part, seeing that my AD carry was in distress, and then going to help him before I help the others. Before I help the other lads. After this Baron, we should be able to win this game pretty easily. One of the big strengths of their comp is being able to do Baron very effectively with the Nunu. So taking that away from them is taking away a big strength of their composition. Base here and look for Death Stance. Death Stance gives me a lot of really useful CDR, a lot of really good lifesteal, all that good yum yum, so I'm going to use that for this game. I think it's situationally very strong here, especially because if I do stay alive for long periods of time with my sustain, then I can attempt to shred the front line for my teammates that much faster, and then allow Twitch to kind of wipe the rest, and J4 to engage, all that good stuff. I'm running down mid here instead of going top. I usually would run top lane here, just to see, or just to push back that lane and then go mid, but since we have Baron, I think it's better to look for control in this way. Way better to look for control in this way. They Rift Herald top lane. Go for this, go for this. We should kill this guy, we should kill this guy. Kill this guy. Wait, where are our teammates? Maybe that's my mistake though. Going too far deep on one person where we don't know where anyone else is with Baron buff is a bit precarious. And I shouldn't have gone that hard on it, especially without flash. I wasn't truly realizing the extent of my summoner spells and what I could do. I thought I had flash, so I was spamming it as I was getting out there. This Camille should be able to get it. Ooh, god. A little damage off. So a minor misplay, a minor setback, but I should be able to bring this shit back. Bring this shit back and fresh with it. They did take 3 of our Barons, but we have Baron on our bot laners, which is really good. Again, it's very key in these types of situations to always stay focused and not to let the game, the mishaps in the game take over your mental. Okay. 3 seconds on my QE. Okay. That's unfortunate. I think Twitch should be able to kill everyone. They're all very low. Especially with the yummy speed. And the yummy healing. Auto? Wow, he didn't auto him. Now they're both dead. Unlucky. But the next fight should be a lot better because I do have my Death Dance. Death Dance will give me a lot of healing for these fights again. I think if I had my Death Dance back at that earlier fight, I would have been able to kill most of them. If not all of them. Renekton's getting back into the game slowly and surely, which is a bit of a, I guess, a worry point in this game. Same with Jhin. Jhin is really, really strong. We need to be eliminating him out of these fights as soon as possible, or else we're going to lose him just because of how far ahead their AD is compared to ours. Our AD also doesn't really have the best items compared to all that damage, so that's the reason I built Tabbies this game. Because yes, they're all AD, and yes, Jhin is going to be fucking pounding my tight little pussy. Level 14 as well, which is not the best for me. With the Baron buff, I opted to go mid and push with our team, as opposed to taking a side lane and slowly gathering more and more level lead. And I think it's the right decision with how this game is going. This game is going very Fiesta, very fight all the time, very fight happy game. So I would say it's better for me to be around here. Instead of top lane, for example, right now, pushing that back. I feel like in a lot of these games as well, you have to really identify that for yourself. Which games are better for split pushing, which games are better for, I guess, sitting there and waiting for your teammates to fight, waiting for you guys to find those openings. Okay, we should base. We're gonna lose inhibitor because we based too late. I'm gonna get a GA here. GA I think is just the best option. Nice. And we saved our inhibitor, which is double dope. Double dope, maybe even triple dope in some circles. So because they're all AD, this build is just so nice. The double sustain, or the sustain into the CDR, into the GA, into the tabbies, just makes it so that I will never die to something like Zettel, and that a lot of their damage is mitigated due to my build. I want to shove this out. By shoving this out, I'll be able to grab my full GA, which is going to be really important into their team. Very important. Base here and look for Baron. And Yummy's coming with me. Ready to get all that Yummy. Ready to get all of that fucking Yummy. Come here, baby. Give me some of that Yummy. Give me some of that goddamn Yummy. Okay, so there's a couple options we have. We can go top lane and shove that out, but we don't know where Renekton is. We don't know where Nunu is. So if we walk up there, we're probably going to get gangbanged. If we're being fair. Come on, boys. Come with me. Yum. All that sustain. All that sustain, baby. It's all sustain bread. It's all bread. Nothing but the bread. Nothing but the bread, I would say, with this build. As soon as we hit that fucking yeet, that fucking flex on him, we just heal for an insane amount of damage. And we can definitely win this game. Off that push. Give him a little work, give him a little yum yum. And there you have it, guys. That is the Conqueror healing Jayce page. Even with the nerfs, very, very strong page. Very good for those tanky frontline type situations where you want to be burning down those tanky targets as opposed to really squishy targets. I would say in games where you go against squishier targets, you want to be running things that are more matchup dependent, more lane dependent, right? Things like area are very situationally viable. Things like electrocute, all that good stuff. But yeah, that'll be the end of this video. If you liked it, be sure to drop a thumbs up below and leave a comment on anything that you guys, you know, want to see in the future, want to see from the past, maybe some guides, all that good stuff. Love you guys as always. Love your mother, love yourself, love your life. And peace, baby. Have a great ass fucking day.